Okay, so if everything is going okay, we should be live. So, hello everyone, welcome to the live stream. Today we are going to be going over the severe thunderstorm possibilities here tonight because, well, we do have some severe thunderstorm possibilities tonight. So, yeah, the live coverage. Apparently Facebook has put a typo on things. That's not good. Okay, so here we are. This is just a severe weather coverage night. So let's just begin immediately right now because we do have some we're in sort of a situation here with severe thunderstorms. First severe thunderstorm warning of the night was just declared over here in the St. Louis area. You can see it right here on microcasting radar. We are working on enabling the rapid scan radar. So here, radar's going to go out for just a second. Don't freak out, rapid scan is coming on. Here we are now, rapid scan has been activated. So we have a rapid scan radar. It's going to take a little bit to load, but any minute now we should see the rapid scan radar. So here I'm just going to take a look at it. Yeah, so it looks as if everything is working fine. You can see here the radar as it does sweep on through. But look at this. We have this severe thunderstorm warning that's going to remain in effect for quite a while. I'm thinking for a few hours at least, if I can take a look at it real quick. Let's take a look at it. So this does last until, well, it was issued at 5:49 p.m. tonight, and it will remain in effect until 6:30 p.m. with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail, the hazards within this severe thunderstorm warning. You can see it, the entire warning text now on microcasting radar. Yeah, so getting through that, rapid scan radar has been here. We are actually using the NextRad Pro technology that I use here with microcasting radar. So we're right now on NextRad Pro, microcasting's NextRad Pro, and it is showing the severe thunderstorm with a ton of detail, and we can shed a ton of light on it. So I'm going to turn on the hail signature so we can see what exactly is going on here. So we have, it looks like 1.25 inch hail within the storm according to microcasting radar, and a 40% chance of this being really within that 1 inch range. So this is probably around 3/4 of an inch or so if I did have to guess. We do have these storms to the south producing small hail. I'm not particularly worried about too much, though. I'm not thinking that tornadoes are going to be much of a threat, but we are already seeing some hail over here. That could be a potential issue. So we'll just have to see what exactly does happen. So yeah, continuing on with the severe weather coverage, really not too much has ramped up out of this, and this, you can expect this to ramp up. You can see only 6 seconds old or so. Yeah, see, we have like the latest information on this radar. So, you know, this is one of the things I love about microcasting radar, and it's been one of the developments of it. So if we continue to zoom on in, look at this storm. This storm is looking a little dangerous. So let's actually go over here. You can probably see all of my details. But let's go to estimated hail size. So that apparently has caused all of this to quite literally shift over to a ton of previous frames. So let's just go back to reflectivity. It doesn't look like our hail size parameter is quite ironed out yet. Either way, you can see them rather clearly right here. And then let's go to our wind gust. Wind gust potential seems to have been gotten down. So let's see here. We can see upwards of 50 miles an hour. That's headed towards Vandala. Let's take a look at the storm that has been marked a severe thunderstorm. And let's see if we do have those 60-mile-per-hour winds that have been claimed here. Yes, radar does indicate over 60-mile-per-hour winds. 62 miles per hour, in fact. Now, I know on the news you probably see this like red and green thing. That's called base velocity. I will use that at some point, but this just takes it and shows how fast the winds are. But that is still useful, and you'll probably see those red and greens tonight as time does go on with this live stream. So, continuing on, first of all, if you do have any questions or comments, just let me know, and I will be more than happy to answer them. Going back to the reflectivity, here we are. We're just continuing to take a look at what exactly is going on. We still have that severe thunderstorm warning in effect. That is going to remain in effect for quite a while. This is not really national radar. I can turn that on though over it. So here's the overlay of national radar. So I'm not using national radar. As you can see, it is a little behind. So I'm just going to shut that off right now. But yeah, that's why you probably won't be able to see the entire nation as we go here. You can see storm reports though, and we do have a report of hail. That's up in Illinois though. That's not in our area, but still could pose an issue. So here we do see this severe thunderstorm. Let's track this out for you, and the leading edge of it is going to strike your area. So you can expect the leading edge of this to strike your area in a very short period of time. I'd say it's just not going to take very long. So let's just do something like this. There we go. And so this storm is moving at about 19 miles per hour at about a 90-degree angle. And that means that we do have two cities that are within this area, and that is Greensville and Smithboro. So 6:08 p.m. is when Greensville will be struck with the storm. That's not too long. It's actually around 6 o'clock right now. You can see what time it is on the radar actually. Yeah, it's 5:59, and that's going to hit at 6:08, and then at 6:20 you'll see Smithboro get hit by this severe thunderstorm. And once again, this storm is producing large hail up to quarter-sized and damaging winds up to 60, maybe even 75 miles per hour. Alright, so we do have some brand new information coming in. Here we are now with the brand new rapid scan radar. That is giving us a brand new scan right now. And so here's what we have. We have brand new hail estimates now at about half an inch or so. That's what we're expecting here, 90% chance of hail. So the hail has weakened some as the new scan has came through, and it looks like the storms have just overall weakened. I'm a little worried about this being a tornado right here. So just be ready if you are within those areas. I will just double check and see here if this could become a tornado, and that is actually being live scanned right now. So we'll see here. That scan will finish up any minute now. While we're waiting though, because this is looking as if it has ran into some issues here. Storm relative velocity. Let's actually go to our spare feed real quick for that and see if that'll work, because this should be able to show it. So any minute now we'll be able to see our spare feed right now. Hopefully this will function. I do apologize, microcasting radar is brand new, and there are still a few problems with it. Once again, if you do have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in chat. It does not look like the spare feed is working very well right now. Live scan. There we go. The final part of it has finally moved through. And so here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this right here, and we're seeing purple on green. Now, I'm actually not worried about this too much. What I'm worried about is this. So let's see, where is this headed? Okay, so it's retrieving the direction and speed that the storm will be moving at. So let's see here what exactly it does. I'm thinking around 20-25 miles an hour at about a general southwesterly direction. So we'll do about 22 miles an hour. And this could be a tornado. It's not right now. It could form up a tornado, though. That's why I am tracking this out. So the following areas could get hit. If you're in Bonte area, you need to look out. No actual cities listed for this tornado, but if you are around the following cities, this could drop a tornado: Bloomsdale, if you are in Bonte, Flat River, Farmington, St. Mary. Just if you're around those general areas, you just need to be ready. This is not dropping a tornado now, and this probably won't drop a tornado, but it does have the small possibility of doing so. So please just be ready for that small possibility. Just prepare as this storm does continue along. I'm expecting this line here. You can see this line rather clearly. That is expected to move down south, and you can probably see here, if I zoom out even a little more, that we do have this right here, this line, and we can expect that to merge together as it does head down south. And this will be kind of the worst part of the storm. This will probably hit at around 10 or 11 tonight. Now, if you see the description of this video, you can see that this coverage will last until around 9 o'clock tonight, although that might get potentially extended depending on what exactly does occur with these storms, and what exactly my capabilities of doing that are, depending on quite a few factors. So let's just double check in with this severe thunderstorm warning. So hail detection has given us that 60% chance of hail. Brand new scan just came through, so that will give us some new information. And if we take a look at this, still 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds are the main hazards with it. So that's the only severe thunderstorm warning in effect at this time, although you can expect more severe thunderstorm warnings to go into effect as time does go on. Not too many, though. This is going to be isolated severe thunderstorms tonight, but we are going to have some heavy rain and some dangerous weather. That is why I am live right now. So, excuse me. Dangerous weather is the main threat right now. And we'll just have to see what exactly does occur. So, 1-inch hail looks like to the south, about a 50% chance of that. 1.5-inch hail, that's not good. And this is all to the south, and this is going to be headed around east in general. Let's actually take a look what this could be full line of storms within the next hour is going to do. And there we go. So let's check that out. At around 16.9 miles per hour, so we'll go at 17. And it's at about a 90-degree angle. There we go. So, there it is. This could potentially be a full line. And, I kind of butchered that track. Okay, then. So, yeah, you're not probably going to be seeing that. Here, let me see. Can I get those tracks shown? I'm going to try and get it so I can show you these tracks, these storm tracks. We'll see what I can do. There we go. There you are. There you are. You get to see a little bit of the behind stuff of microcasting radar, but there you are with all the tracks. Pekin, Shrewsbury, South, Pekin. I'm going to try and get it so we can keep these tracks up and ready for as long as we can. So there we go. I'm just going to get that done. There we go. So, now you've seen the tracks. Let's just continue to go on, and while that was occurring, we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning declared from the National Weather Service. This one is in Mackinac. That's not really near us, but that is in the same line of storms that will be impacting our area, especially on the western side. This is going to be the general track that it does take. Obviously not at the 208 miles per hour that you probably see on your screen. Actually, no. Microcasting NextRed Pro stuff is in the way. But this will be the general track that storm capable of producing severe weather will be taking. So just keep that in mind as time just go on, because that could serve as an issue. This storm over here is getting particularly strong and is becoming one that I'm beginning to think I might need to worry about. We are starting to see a stronger rotation over here with the RFD, or rear flank downdraft, and so I'm just going to track this out for you. And this is looking like it is going to be 17 miles an hour, 90 degrees. So this is looking like, once again, the Bloomsdale area, St. Genevieve could get impacted, Farmington, St. Mary, Chester. Just everyone around there just needs to be looking out for these storms as they do continue to go through the area. So, with that being said, I guess I just suggest that we continue on with this. New live scan actually coming in on this right now, although it does not seem to have too much new information, except for the news of that the rotation has kind of weakened some over there. Well, we can kind of see it wrapping around over here, so let's actually track that out. So this is it. 17 miles an hour. And look at that, Bloomsdale. Bloomsdale at 7:03 will get hit by this. So you still got about an hour until you'd need to worry about it. So I wouldn't necessarily say this is the time to say you need to take cover. This is also looking interesting back here behind this storm. Let's actually take a look at the storm motion vector there. And there we go. So this could be a potential rotation spot as well. That'll be hitting Troy, St. Jacob, and Highland within the next hour at 6:22 Troy, 6:45 St. Jacob, and Highland at 7:04. So now that we have gone through that, those are the only two severe thunderstorm warnings at this time, although that you can expect that to change. So let's actually show you a few things right now. First of all, we will just get all this out of the way, and I'd just like to go to the Storm Prediction Center's outlook. So we do have the SPC outlook here for today, and this is just the severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. Obviously mine is different from theirs. You've probably seen that in the past, although ours do look strikingly similar. Which I guess is a good thing, because that means that our forecasts are more in alignment. But here's what we're seeing. We are within the yellow zone, or what I call the yellow zone. The Storm Prediction Center has it in a dark green. But this is the marginal risk area. This is where you could get isolated severe thunderstorms on occasion, and these storms just could go severe, maybe even the occasional tornado. Then this orange zone up to the north, some of our area doesn't need to worry about that, but not too much of it. The orange zone, that's where you could see some more consistent severe thunderstorms. A more organized event is expected to occur. Now, there are red zones and stuff like that, and those are worse. Obviously, with the red zone meaning that there could be a potentially widespread severe weather event, and then the purple zone meaning that there will be a widespread weather event. And then there is a white zone, which, God forbid, we have, which would mean that there is guaranteed to be a extreme severe weather event. So, now that we are done with that, we will go back to what we were with before, we will turn back on the warnings and watches. We will also turn back on radar so you guys can see everything that's going on right now. Alrighty, so still, this one's severe thunderstorm warning now, only one. The other one has gone away. It does not look like they do think any longer that this storm is severe. That expired fast. That went up and then it came right back down. This storm here, at around Good Hope and Macab, is having some very rapid intensification. It's a very strong thunderstorm. And we can just overall expect it to not be a good situation at all, at least if you ask me. So yeah, this is just not a good storm in general, and this line is going to head down south. You can see some other particularly intense storms when we go up to here. This storm is probably going to be declared severe any second now. Any second. Any second now. We can probably expect that to be declared severe. So, yeah, these severe thunderstorms, not looking too good here. I'm going to disable my audio for a second. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry about that. Just a few things that I was just managing at the time. Oh Jesus, I am getting some. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, well, I'm messing up a few live stream things. That's not good. Okay, so continuing on. Still that one severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect. That will probably remain in effect for quite a while. That's what I said with the other one, though, and then it expired almost right away. So, here we are, hail pretty high, and then it's basically strong winds are the biggest thing, and this is going to last until 6:45. Well, if you do have any questions or comments, please put those in the chat. I would be more than happy to answer those. And just a quick request, if you would not mind, just sharing this live stream with your friends, getting them to watch, it could keep them safer, number one, and number two, could make it so, just so, they can get some coverage of this. And it also helps me out quite a bit. So if you wouldn't mind telling your friends about this, that would be great, and thank you. And I guess that since I'm already on the thing of telling you to share things, I guess I should share who my wonderful sponsor is, and that is Floyd Glass and Window. They're actually in the link in the description, www.floydglass.com, at FloydSTL on Facebook and Twitter. And so you can go and see them. Just see what they do. They do some pretty great stuff. They can remodel homes. They got glass. You know what? If any of your glass does get broken, or unfortunately your roof does have some issues, or your house just has some general issues after these storms, if you are one of those unfortunate people, fortunately for you, Floyd Glass and Window can help you with that. So just go down there in the link below and go to floydglass.com if you are interested in any of that stuff. Now let's get back to the Rapid Scan Radar NexRad Pro. And we'll just continue to take a look at these. So here we are once again, huge hail blow up occurring, and now those storms are close to Columbia over there. But microcasting radar is indicating around 1-inch hail, 80% probability of hail, 30% probability though of this being that 1-inch hail. So now that we are done with that, once again, if you would like to just ask a question, comment down below, and I will be more than happy to answer those questions. Alright, just a second, guys, and be able to really just talk to you guys again about this stuff. Here is radar, microcasting radar. I think is doing an excellent job of depicting these storms and telling you where they are. So if there is like a particular location you would like me to check out, you can also tell me that. If you you're wondering about severe threats, if you're wondering about maybe something a little bit longer ranged, like maybe what this fall is going to be like, what this winter is going to be like, just let me know. So yeah, that's going to be pretty great. So, alright, continuing on with the severe weather coverage, I think we are going to likely have another severe thunderstorm warning go out with this giant mess here in Illinois. And so if I just track this out for you, the storms are beginning to speed up. So there we go. We can see Caseysville in about 6:22 getting hit with that severe storm. Collinsville at about 6:23, 6:54, St. Jacob and Highland at around 7:10 tonight. I'm thinking that we are going to be tracking down quite a few more storms and quite a few more severe storms and maybe even a few tornadoes as the night does go on. So thank you, this one person, for watching. Thank you so much. I am glad that this content has at least kept you interested long enough to be watching it for this long. But I guess I will just continue on with the thunderstorm stuff. So with this thunderstorm coverage, we also, I guess we'll take a look at this just entire area overall. And it's just not looking good. We have this 1-inch hail down to the south as well. That's about 1.25 inches. And then we also have this just 1-inch hail right here. So we're seeing more and more storms developing. This is actually beginning to form into a long line of storms. I am just wondering, would anyone like Futurecast? If so, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to do that. But yeah, Futurecast, definitely something that, well, I can do now. So, I can give you guys the, future radar if you would like. But these storms are just going to continue to move along. I'm actually, doing some analysis myself on these storms as time does, continue to tick. Alright, well, it looks like we do now have 2 watching. Thank you to, both of you for watching. I will continue on with, this coverage. Once again, like I said, until around 9 o'clock tonight. If you do have any questions or comments, just let me know in chat. And I am just overall analyzing this situation right now, just to see what exactly we can expect, especially later into the day, into tonight even, because yes, we will be having a few issues with these storms as they do move in. It's just going to be overall a general problem. And yes, this line of storms, um, this is the first one moving along. The second one will move through in about 4 to 5 hours or so. But yeah, a lot of storms blowing up right now currently at this time. So alrighty, well, continuing on with the storm coverage, we do actually have one severe thunderstorm warning up north that is outside of the viewing area, but still something to keep an eye on because this exact same line is going to be one that does produce rain for St. Louis. Oh dear, down south it looks like we do have a potential issue. 2-inch hail. Good chance of that now with 1.5-inch hail on the northern end of the storm. This storm will be severe, I guarantee it. Any moment now, this entire line, in fact. And if I track it out, here we are tracking it out. It's going to be in Annapolis in about, I guess, 15 minutes or so. It's going to be at Des Arc in about half an hour or so. And then in about 40 minutes, Piedmont will be getting hit with the storm. 2-inch hail in it. Again, 2-inch hail in it. This is not good overall, and just is a problem overall. Alrighty. Well, now that we just are continuing on with this, we're just really going to continue to look at these storms. There isn't really probably going to be too much more activity for a while, especially until around the 6 or 7 o'clock time frame. So if you are here now, come back at around 6 or 7 o'clock, and you know, I'll just be back then. So yes, thank you so much, and there we go. So let me actually do a few things. Alright, and then, yeah, the audio will just be off for a little while. Not the 6 or 7 o'clock time frame, I'm sorry, the 7 or 8 o'clock time frame. But if I just overall take a look at this, alright, there we go. So, here we are, and, I'll see you at 7. Alrighty, I am back. Okay. So we're good. Um, it's all good now. I am sorry for being gone for so long and being a whopping 10.5 minutes late. Let me get everything under control here though. Bam. And audio will be back at 7. Needs to go back to microcasting next rad pro. There we go. Alright, well, since I am back, I'm very excited, well, that I'm back. Okay, so let's continue with the situation. We are starting to see in general, just generally, these more and more severe storms, especially up to the north. So the activity is beginning to really start to ramp up here. But where we're not seeing things really ramp up is down south. We're actually seeing quite a few things diminishing here. And if we don't see anything bubble up within the next few hours or so, I think this might have been the main line here. And that's just going to move out. Then we might actually just end off the stream early. So it depends on what exactly happens. This line still needs to move out. We still are going to be covering that. We're going to be covering until at least 7:45 or so. So at around 7:45, that is going to be, at least at this time, unless something happens, that we're just going to stop covering. That I'm going to just stop covering the situation. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to take a look at the future radar and see what exactly it says. So, here, just a second, guys. I just need to, do this. Okay, now that we are good. Still a little bit of hail within the area. And that could be a slight problem. Although it's not overly a big deal at this time. If I'm going to the rapid refresh, that's what I'm actually going to right now, just to see where exactly we are right now. And I'm trying to look at this, and it's looking like all the activity passed a little earlier than we initially expected, and did form up a little bit differently. So basically what that means is that it does not look like we're going to get too much activity. Still going to be here until around 7:45. If anything does change, I'll be here to let you know. So if anything does change, I'll be there to let you know. If you do have any questions or comments, please let me know in the chat, and I will be more than happy to answer those. So, getting into more severe weather coverage, just in general, things are looking pretty good for the St. Louis area. We do have a little bit of hail near Springfield. That could be an issue, around half an inch or so. And just zooming right on in, I just am continuing to take a look at this. And I think that this is pretty cool. So let's actually go into a more 3D view here, and here's what I'm seeing. So I'm seeing these storms here, and contrary to popular belief, these could be severe. So contrary to popular belief, I don't even know why I said that, but contrary to popular belief, at least at this time, it looks like the storms are going to move through, and we're not going to see too much more activity. I mean, this storm right here could bubble up into something as it moves out, and this to the south could, but in general, it's just not looking like we're going to see too much more in the realm of thunderstorms. If we do get into just analyzing the atmosphere here, and I go to energy, atmospheric energy, we have some atmospheric energy Not too much, though, and this is actually moving into a good bit of atmospheric energy. The problem is actually that we're going to see this cinch, and that is causing the issues that are making it so we won't have those severe storms. Now, if we take a look at the winds here, you can see where this green is. That's where we're starting to see severe storms fire. And we don't have any of that green right now, so that's why we're not really going to see too much in the way of that either. And then we're seeing in the upper atmosphere that we're not having too much energy in the atmosphere either. Getting into winds at the higher levels, those are kind of there. They're not too much there. They're actually more around here. And this is a part of what we call an upper level jet stream. And so that's how that's going down. So we do have a little bit of that. Let's actually take a look at some stuff. So this is what I'm turning on right now is the significant tornado parameter. And this just shows the odds of a significant tornado occurring. And we can see an STP of about 1. That's actually a little bit more than I personally would like. Around the St. Louis area, we are at about a 0.4 or 0.5 around here. That's not a good thing. Going into the supercell composite, though, we're seeing things still a little higher, around a 2 around St. Louis or so. So, I guess the main thing here, just the main preface, is that we are seeing some atmospheric energy, and we could have a few more severe thunderstorms occur, although the odds of that are right now not overly likely. Once again, the odds of that are not overly likely. So, there's no reason really to be too afraid of this right now, although still more severe storms could occur in the future, and we will just have to see how those go. It doesn't really look like, though, we're going to get too much more activity, at least at this time. It's all really going to be in the Illinois and south of us area. What surprises me is that it is all south. We aren't even seeing any serious storms around the Joplin area. But on that regard, I'm going to turn off NextRed Pro here, and I'm also going to turn off warnings and stuff. Also local storm reports. So there we go there. And then here's what we are actually going to be looking at. So we're going back to the storm tracker, and we're not having too much here, but we're seeing here just the overall well, we're going to be taking a look at the kind of a severe threat that we have here. So, severe threat in general, we're not really seeing the Storm Prediction Center's outlook. We've already seen that. But what we are going to be looking at is, well, Futurecast. So, prepare, because we are turning on Futurecast right here, right now. That is the temperature, not the future radar. There's future radar. So this is really what's this is really right around now. This is right around now. And we see these storms moving out of the area. It's gotten this fairly right. It's a little more intense, though, on this storm. And then we also have the stuff to the north. So if we continue here at around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, which would be when I'd end coverage, and then 10 o'clock, here we have some storms beginning to stretch farther down. These storms looking like they're supercellular. Although I'm not really feeling it. Over here, though, I'm just interested in this real quick. We just got that. So just big tornado could be headed for Hobbs at 10. But around the St. Louis area, it's looking like things are going to be mostly dry tonight. Things are not really looking like they're going to go according to forecast. and that is rather fortunate for us because that means that we aren't going to get too much more rain. So that is pretty good. I am happy about that. And therefore that means that I will be ending this live stream at 7, maybe 7:30. We'll end it at 7:30. We'll just do a few more things here real quick. Just do a few more things. We'll go back to the NextRed Pro. And here it is, back to the NextRed Pro. And unless anything does really fire up, we're not really going to do anything else. And the severe storm warnings have already expired. So, yeah. It looks as if the live stream will be ending shortly. So, I'll still be doing a little bit more coverage. If anything it does fire up, then I'll be more than happy to cover that. And then, yes, if you do have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll in the chat, actually. Just let me know in the chat, and once you do, just I'll just answer it. I would like to let everyone know that there is about a 30-second to 45-second delay on here. So when you do ask your question, I'll answer it as soon as I see it, but I may not get it. You may not get the answer quite as soon as you might think. So that's just because of the delay. I am sorry for that. But yes, it looks like we do have this line of storms headed southward. That's going to be headed generally through this region. We're seeing these storms headed south, and these storms we aren't really seeing too much activity, a low amount of activity. There has been a weather model shift a little bit as well. So it does look as if we are not going to be seeing too much more activity on this particular front. So just once again, probably not going to see too much more activity. Although there were a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. I'm going to be completely honest with you, I did think there was going to be more than this. But, you know, we sometimes predict incorrectly. And, that's a part of weather forecasting, folks. So, let's just see where exactly this guy is headed. This guy is headed about 24 miles an hour in this direction, so yeah, it's not looking like we're really gonna get anything. I mean, I guess this development could do this. I mean, not obviously this fast, but could do something like this. Just overall. But yeah, I'm just not really seeing too much potential in this anymore. So, that's just, well, I guess what's going on. These storms are still producing heavy downpours. You should not see too many of those in the St. Louis metropolitan area. Although this evening did expect thunderstorms. We did have a few, although not as many as I thought there would be. But that is okay. I think that's actually more of a good thing than not. And so, let's just be happy about that. So, what was I going to say? Alright, well, you know what? I think that ending this live stream even 5 minutes earlier is fine. There really isn't that much to do here. So, I guess the main thing is, I hope you liked the stream. If you did, hit the like button down below. If you didn't, you can hit the dislike. Excuse me. You can hit the dislike button as well. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one and live streams. And I will see you next time, hopefully on the next lightning fast forecast.